What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for a Micro Mini Lightning Newscast. And today we're bringing you all the stories you can stand about our little friends in the trees.
Gnomes.
Leaves.
Oh.
Not gnomes. Leaves.
Leaves.
And as always, I'm joined by my fellow newscaster and friend.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought you were talking about someone else. This is Eric.
Someone else? Why, who else do we have in studio? Could that be? Oh, do my little eyes deceive me? Who is that over there?
I'm Kaci, and I'm here to talk about gnomes.
Yeah.
Gnomes? Well, too bad, because we're not talking about gnomes today. We have stories that the people can use, Kaci. We bring them news that they can use. We are the only news source these people truly need. This is the news source they deserve. And right now, we have 10 minutes to bring it to them. 10 minutes, Kaci. We have 10 minutes to put it on the Death Star, guest star, Death Star, you know.
Whatever.
However
you want to do it.
Kaci?
Oh my gosh, it flashes.
Put that time on that clock. That's right, it does flash. Be careful. And in 3, 2, 1. Eric, what's that first story?
Well, we're talking about squirrels tonight, guys. I don't know why, or this morning, whenever you're listening to this. And apparently, there was an accident, and a squirrel lost use of his front paws. He got trapped. Where did this happen at, Nick?
My friend, this little story comes to us from a great little city. And if you're from there and you're listening, I say, hello, Batman. India.
Turkey. Good job. So this squirrel got caught.
Hello, Batman Turkey.
Got caught in a trap, and someone found the squirrel and took it to a animal-loving scientist at the Istanbul Ayadin University. And they fixed him up. They removed the paws that were damaged, the arms basically, and they replaced him. And he's not the $6 million man, but he's probably the $25 rodent. So he upgraded.
That does look rather cheap.
It does. You can see the bolts and the springs to a set of wheels attached to some sort of chest plate harness. And
it looks like a body cast.
Yes, it does. So that's kind of the story that we're looking at here. And so this rodent's name is Caramel. And I'm saying rodent because caramel because I dislike squirrels. They are rodents to me. Nothing more than rats with fur.
Well, I've asked Kaci here today because Eric, we're going to get down to the meat of why you hate squirrels so much. Were you hurt as a child by a squirrel?
Where I work, there are loads of squirrels, and they are not afraid of people. I walk to work. Typically, I walk by a tree or two that have squirrels manning them or squirreling them, and they bark and yell at me as I walk past. I don't know why, though. Literally thousands of people walk by. They're always territorial and doing their dumb thing, and so I'm just not a fan. I mean, the kids like them, not my kids, but the kids are where I work, college age kids. They seem to enjoy them, but I'm not a fan. What do you think of them, Kaci?
I've actually met those squirrels, and they're my personal favorites. They're super chatty. I always think they're nice, but I think the reason they're always out is because we all give them food.
Some of them are fat.
Yes, that I would agree. They don't get a lot of exercise. This guy with the wheels, I mean, I have high hopes for his exercise capability.
High hopes?
Yeah. The short little clip. I mean, he was running around the whole lab.
High hopes. Pie in the sky. Sorry, go ahead.
No. This really, I think, can work for him. Now that he's transition into the more active stage instead of the stage of like, what the heck am I actually
what happened to me
right now? Yeah, like what is this wheel
He did not
thing?
Look happy when they were putting him inside this thing.
He does not look happy. There's a couple pictures of him looking a little angry. And you seem to enjoy him falling over.
That I was literally about to say that. My personal favorite is the one where he looks like he's just toppled.
I got to say, I think his contraption that surrounds him for mobility is a bit poorly designed.
Yes, I would concur. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of...
I believe one of those things
balance.
is a paper clip.
Yeah, it looks a couple bolts, some plastic wheels
Maybe
attached.
some Scotch tape. I mean,
Yeah, there's something in there, but it's not much. Yeah, they could have done better. They put casters on it so he could go side to side a little easier. Because when we saw him, it was him trying to like turn,
Right.
and to turn because it's fixed wheels, he has to kind of like maneuver himself.
But they could do what they did in the Batman movie where
Well-
he has the wheels kind of turn to the side. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Batman movie, but he is on that bike and
Batman movie.
when he's turning is Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark
It was
Knight.
a great movie. But he turns and the wheels turn sideways.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And so that's what they can do. But Eric and Kaci, help me figure this out. What's the game plan? What's next for this little rodent?
To put it out of its misery.
He learns.
No, he's a hero.
He's
From
no hero.
Batman.
Well, he's
Of
from
all places.
He's a hero.
He is the next
from-
Batman.
from Batman Turkey. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
do you release this thing back out into the wild with it?
Definitely not. It literally says slim chance of survival in the wild.
Yeah, in the wild. Yeah. So
He's going to be the mascot.
he's clearly got to stay in the lab. Now, for research purposes, I'm clearly okay with using animals, especially squirrels, for research purposes. That makes complete sense to me. So I'm all for it. Just keep him in a cage and let him run around to study him.
And try to get him through a maze, Kaci?
Well, what I'm saying is, once we figure this out, we could immobilize all squirrels, and that way we subjugate them, and they do our bidding.
So like a whole army of minion squirrels,
We're
basically.
like, it would be hilarious.
I think, the issue you're going to run into is they're all going to topple, like this poor caramel.
It would be hilarious.
Army of
toppled over.
squirrels.
I don't think you're going to get anywhere, though, is the thing. You're going to be like, go get them. And then all of a sudden, just one domino effect. They're just going to all fall.
I am picturing this. I like this idea.
I mean, it would be
Nothing is
hilarious.
scarier through the eyes of binocular than 1,000 squirrels on wheels coming towards you.
But they topple. I mean, where?
Well,
all right. Well,
that would be funny to see them fall
It
over.
would. That would be quite great.
But this is astounding. I mean, obviously, I would love to see one of these try to climb up a tree in this thing.
Just like put him by a tree, he just looks sad.
And what would happen is, sadly, some of them might fall into a pool of water or something. And then what do we do, Eric?
Let it drown.
Well,
What?
you know what? Some people wouldn't do that, Eric. What would they do instead? I think they would try to save them.
Show me a story.
I will. Eric, there is a story about a girl, a student, who saved a drowning squirrel with a little help from the show The Office. Something she learned by watching that show, the CPR episode, which is not a great place to learn how to do CPR. You don't cut the face. I assume she cut the face off of the
Please
the
don't cut
squirrel.
anyone's
And
face
put it on
off
her
of
nose.
Yeah, put it on her nose to wear it. This happened at Central Michigan University. A student, she performed CPR, a life-saving technique on this little critter. Truly, she is a hero of the heroes.
Watching the video, her technique is pretty impressive. She did the whole 2-finger, which we're supposed to do for a small child rather than, adult. You can't do the full chest cavity with someone so small. And look at that. She just knows exactly what to do.
And she did it to the song Staying Alive,
Well-
which is what you're supposed to do.
Okay, what's the average heart rate for a human?
Oh, I have no idea.
My average heart rate is 58 beats a minute.
Oh, no. Ooh,
A
man,
normal
my
resting
personal
heart rate
over.
for an adult is 60 to 100 beats a minute.
I'm doing great.
The average heart rate for a squirrel varies between 110 to 130 beats per minute, and in sleep up to 420 beats a minute at flight for danger.
I can
from
totally,
danger.
yes. Have you ever seen a squirrel that you catch off guard? I mean, you can literally just see their chest like,
Their whole like their
Study,
whole
yeah.
torso is like
yes, absolutely.
goes crazy.
420 beats per minute.
Yeah. So
much.
I wonder if she had to speed up the song "Staying Alive" to a little bit quicker to.
Mhm.
to account
She
for that.
probably had to like really, I mean, double time staying
Double time.
alive.
Well, I mean, not that much. We're at a 60 to 100, so it's not too bad.
But she learned it from The Office, and this is what goes to show you, people, you can learn anything from television. Just sit your kids in front of the TV, let the TV raise them, and they will learn how to save the lives of our little woodland friends.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Well,
Kaci?
Please don't set your children in front of the TV and just leave them. They're
that's the TV raises your raises
That's
your
right.
kids.
You should throw them.
no.
You should throw them food every once in a while. That's what
No,
Casey's trying to say.
No.
Throw them some breadcrumbs.
Nope. But for saving the squirrels, you make a valid point. This Office clip that has kind of been a phenomenon. I feel like a lot of people have, if they don't watch The Office, they're at least kind of familiar with the no.
Oh, keep going. You're fine.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
going.
They're at least familiar with the CPR clip. And so it definitely makes sense that she's like, aha, now is my moment. And then they released the squirrel into the wild,
Yeah, they did.
in quotes, it's like the campus.
They let it go back home.
They're
Well,
gonna feed it.
Central Michigan is the wild.
It is. It's very wild. So I've never been there, but I've heard.
All right. Well, Eric, what do you think of the wilds?
I hate it.
Okay. Well, my friends, I'm going to let Eric tell you where you can find us, and it's not in the wilds.
You can find us all over the internet. You can find us firstly at Facebook. Just go there and type in Pull Up a Chair Podcast. Secondly, you can find us at YouTube. You can go there and type in Pull Up a Chair Podcast. Thirdly, you can find us on iTunes. You can go there and type Pull Up a Chair Podcast. And finally, but not leastly, you can find us at our own personal website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw it back to Kaci. Kaci, sign us out.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Have yourself a great day.